That didn't sound good, did it? Hi, it's Jerry, and I wish I had good news, but I have bad news concerning the channel. I hate this. The Montana is broke again this year. This is the third thing that we had happen in March. We lost the air conditioner here in the bedroom, and it took almost a month to get that ordered and then repair it. Didn't affect our travel. We muddled through it. Second thing that you saw recently was the motor on one of our big awnings. The gear stripped out. That happened in August of this year. Easy repair. I could fix that myself. You saw the video on that. $365 later. This air conditioner was $1,800 to get that fixed. Labor, ordering it, etc., etc. But now I've got something I can't fix, and it's bigger than a bread basket. Let me show you what's going on. That doesn't sound good, does it? I hate even making this video. This all started during Hurricane Helene. We tried to get the slide in as it was coming up through Georgia, and I didn't want to damage our toppers, and the Schwintek gears have just gone crazy wacko. I hate these Schwintek systems in these RVs. They're troublesome, and then this happens, and it's going to be expensive. I'll go more into detail. I'll be truthful with you. I hate even making this video and whining about a Schwintek system breaking on our RV, which we had plans to go up into the North Georgia mountains, which fortunately, for the largest percentage, there's some troublesome areas up there, was spared the catastrophic problems that we're seeing with Helene going up through this center part of Georgia and up into the Carolinas. And I'm whining about this being broken. For all our friends and acquaintances and campgrounds and businesses that we visit all up through Western Carolina, I have a deep love for every single one of those folks. I worked up there through the 80s. I was born in the Appalachian Mountains and have family in the southern part of Virginia and Tennessee, eastern Tennessee, southern Virginia. I'm devastated personally for each and every one of them. So aside from this, if you're wanting something to do and some way to help, we're not able to travel up there and do that. If I could suggest anything, the organization that I would send some funds to help them out with, I would send it to Samaritan's Purse. I'm a big fan of those folks and what the Grahams have done over the years. You know, $5, $10, if you've got a bigger check you can write, I know that it would be very, very helpful. Now, all that being said, let me share with you what's going on with the channel. Content is going to be tough. A reason I'm making this is some of you are going to go, Jerry, where are you? Are you and Joan physically okay? So many people checked on us through Hurricane Helene. Bless your heart. Oh, that was so sweet. We're fine. We're fine. We missed the worst of it. The southern part of the state got smacked really, really bad. And some areas up around Augusta and up in that area over in the northeastern side of the state got beat up pretty bad. But we're fine. There was tree damage, some power outage, and things like that. But we were spared all of it. We were very blessed, very, very fortunate. But I know some of you are going to go, where are you? Are you okay? We're okay, but we can't travel. Here's what's going on. I'll try to narrow this down really quick. This is a Schwintek system in this bedroom slide out. I will say this about Schwinteks. I hate them with an absolute passion. We had the mobile repair people come out, and they even said, we hate them with a passion. It's a terrible design, and they need to go away and find something better. We looked at doing something called a vroom, and that's a $4,000 upgrade, and it's just not in the budget. So we're going to have to go back with Schwintek. What I'm being told by the repair folks, the upper column here and all the gears and everything have disintegrated. You just heard it. And I may, on 30 or 40 tries, I may be able to get the slide in. And I can get it back out, but then I might not be able to get it in 30, 40 tries. And every time I attempt to do it, that sound that you heard earlier gets worse and worse and worse. So we're not going anywhere. And the bad thing about it is, I know so many of you enjoy our travel part of the channel that we do. We do product reviews and tips and modifications and travel. And we always set aside October for travel. We've been doing it for 10 years. And we've got friends and businesses that we go to, and vineyards and mountain hikes, and just tons of people that we met over 10 years. And some folks come to the campgrounds that we go to during this time of the year. They know that we're going to be there, and we get to visit with them. It's almost like a family reunion. And we're heartbroken. We're heartbroken for this. Again, I hate even making this and say we're heartbroken because we can't travel with so many other horrible things going on. Feel guilty about doing it. But we're heartbroken that we can't bring the content to you. More so than we are not being able to do our travels because we enjoy doing it so much. So, and aside from that, when it comes up to this time of the year, vendors and product manufacturers and things like that want us to review their products, I tell them no, because I'm not going to be here. I can't receive shipments into the area, or I'm limited on the ability of the shipments that I can receive, and then I don't have time to be able to do product reviews or those types of things if you want to see that, or even do modifications that we kind of store for some certain downtimes that we might have planned. So you're not going to see that as well. So the net of it is there's not going to be a lot of content for the next several months. I do have some things planned. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show the repair of this. I don't know if the mobile folks will let me film them. If I can show you the challenges of what it takes. It's a big job. Just the labor cost alone are very, very expensive. And they may let me show some highlights, or and maybe even promote them. They're two nice fellows that have this mobile shop, and I got a lot of friends that use them. I'll try to do that. I had mentioned earlier that I did have some things coming in that I had planned to be able to show that I think is more relevant now concerning things that you can do for power for disaster recovery or boondocking. I showed one last week. I'll show another one this upcoming week. I'll be showing you that one. I think you'll find this one very, very interesting. And I had two solar projects that I'm moving forward that I wasn't even going to do until probably the winter when it got cooler. One is going to be on my daughter and her husband's camper, a small addition. They have no solar, and they want to be able to put in some lithium batteries and have just a small amount of solar. They don't want a lot. It's going to be a 100-watt panel. It's going to be a 100 amp hour battery. It's going to have a transfer switch, a 15 amp transfer switch. Primary reason to be able to run their propane refrigerator on electricity, and there's some reasons I'll go to in that video. When I have the opportunity to do that, we're coming up on hunting season, and they're going to be gone for a while with the camper up at a hunting camp. When it comes back, I'll try to get that done. It may or may not happen this year. I've got a big upgrade planned for I Love RV Life and the Montana. I've got a 200 watt solar panel. I have ordered 600 watts of solar. I won't be able to use that panel. It's not compatible with what I've ordered. I got 600 watts coming in. I got a brand new Victron solar controller. We're going to be adding some more solar. I'm going to have to rewire everything because the wire's too small. So I'm doing that for a couple reasons. One, I need the extra amperage. So when we do things like boondocking at Harvard Host and those types of things, we'll have more power coming into our big lithium batteries and supplement the usage that we have there. And second, the wiring that we have coming in from the factory is just too small. I mean, I think it's like 14 gauge, 12 gauge, maybe at the best. And I want to show what you need to plan for on these pre-wire factory jobs, which I'm going to use that term loosely, that you need to be very cautious about. So that's going to be kind of a tips as well as an upgrade. And I'm paying for all that stuff myself, nothing sponsored in that. It's just something I want to do for me and something I'll share the experience with you. So if I can find something that may be interested in the area, that if you're coming through Middle Georgia and you're going to camp, for a day or two, I'll show that. You can go out and look at some of our older videos. You can go to Middle Georgia. Downtown is a blast. There's so many fun things to do. We've got pub crawls and hay house and the Okmulgee National Monument for Mississippian period Indian mounds. Go out there and look at that old video. It's still very popular. It's, I think, the only one of its kind in the world that can be seen. It's really a spectacular place. We did a music tour, the big house for the Allman Brothers, the Otis Redding Foundation, which was a phenomenal experience, and then our Capricorn recording studio where the Allman Brothers and all those folks from the Southern Rock era, my era, were at. So, well, again, I hate it. Much longer video than I want to explain why you're not going to be able to see us. I hate it. I'm so sorry. Do I poo-poo Montana and Keystone and what they're doing? Not really. Look, we've been traveling for 10 years in an RV, and we understand what happens. We beat these things up, taking them up and down through horrible interstates and state roads and things like that, and things jar loose and get bad. Unfortunately, the manufacturing industry for a lot of the products that's used in RVs to try to make them inexpensively bites us in the hiney for those of us who do long-term travel. I mean, if you're going to use this thing for 2 weekends out of the year and 1 vacation, you're probably not going to have the problems that we have. But if you use these things for 6, 7, 8, 9 months out of the year, and they're moving in and out, up and down, bounce, bounce, bounce on the highway, things are going to break a whole lot more. And they just don't build them for that. It's just what RV life is all about. I don't try to hide it. I don't try to be negative about it. I just fix it and let's go on. So we're going to fix it and we're going to go on. And does it change my view about RV life? No, I just accept it for what it is. And do I still love it? Just as much as the first day that Joan and I started. So when we get back on the road, I hope to see you in a campground soon. And you better believe it, even with all this mess going on, I still love RV life.